Hi, I'm Kalashian, Senior Europe Correspondent for Live and Invest Overseas, and I absolutely love Portugal. I recently visited Lisbon, and I had so much fun with food that I'd love to share with you. Personally, I think eating and drinking are a couple of the best ways to experience and get to know a new culture. All right, we're here in front of a Pingo Doce, which is one of the more common supermarkets found throughout Portugal. So pretty much any city or town that you live in Portugal, you'll find one of these guys, maybe several of these guys. And it is one of the lower cost options because it's a local supermarket with mostly local goods. Let's go take a look. The first thing I noticed was that it's shocking how similar these Portuguese grocery stores are to those of the US. Coming from Paris, these are like mega stores. You'll find a huge selection of ready-to-eat foods to grab for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, a huge variety of fresh fruits and vegetables from all over Europe and Africa at a much lower cost than you might be used to. As I browsed, I noticed that much of the produce was much cheaper than in Paris, which makes sense, seeing as it's grown not far from where this store is. Everything you need in these aisles, which are nice and wide, much more accommodating than those that I'm used to in Paris, where I can barely get my stroller around the corners. And what you'll probably notice is that the fresh produce is the most interesting difference, with beautiful cuts of meat and of course more seafood than you might be used to in a typical store, much fresher than you might be used to. This is bacalhau, the famous salted cod of Portugal. You'll see it for sale everywhere. And if you're looking for authentic Portuguese recipes, be sure to experiment with cod. When it comes to Portuguese sweets, it almost begins and ends with the famous Pastel de Nata, a crispy, flaky, creamy mouthful of custard baked until perfectly caramelized on top, always with a little bit of brown from the scorch of the oven if you're doing it right. This is the most internationally famous dessert of the country. Originally created by monks in Lisbon's Jerónimo Monastery in the 18th century, they've since become a symbol of culinary heritage for the country. Especially in Lisbon, you'll see these being made in windows all over, and it's typical to dust them with cinnamon and pair them with an espresso, especially in the afternoon. So do as the locals do. The cod fritter, or pastel de bacalhau, is the most famous and typical savory snack in the country, best paired with a cold beer. It's just deep-fried cod, sometimes with cheese inside, although this is a modern addition. And here you can see them being made in Lisbon with a new age twist: goat cheese. Blasphemy to traditionalists. Sardines are one of the most eaten foods in Portugal, especially in summer and during festivals. You'll find them offered in a number of ways, but if you're looking for a version that travels or that you can enjoy in the middle of winter, go for the tins. This shop, The Fantastic World of Portuguese Sardines, is one of the most famous for tin sardines and also one of the most fun to shop in. This has been a quick dip into the world of Portuguese cuisine, but there is so much more to discover. Come visit and explore the culinary wonders of Portugal for yourself. I hope to see you here.